Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to another random review. And this random review features The Queen of Spades from 1949, directed by Thorold Dickinson. Thorold Dickinson only directed 9 feature films over the span of 19 years, but his 2 films with Anton Walbrook, The Queen of Spades and Gaslight, are both awesome. This one is a Kino Lorber Blu-ray, Region A. Kino Lorber sometimes have absolutely no extras, and other releases are packed with extras, and this one is packed with extras. It has a commentary by film critic Nick Pinkerton. It has an introduction by Martin Scorsese, an analysis by film critic author Philip Horn, a 1951 interview with Thorold Dickinson at the British Federation of Film Societies, a 1968 screening introduction by Thorold Dickinson, and a theatrical trailer. And there's actually a quote by Scorsese on the front of the box that says, "A uniquely haunting film." Because I am of the opinion that Martin Scorsese in the 21st century is actually more important in his restoration work and involvement in kind of pumping up old films than actually creating his own films. But that's just my opinion. Bizarrely, Thorold Dickinson was the replacement director for The Queen of Spades. He only had 5 days notice before he had to start filming it. He only had 3 weeks notice before he shot Gaslight in 1948 with Anton Walbrook. But it's amazing how cohesive the film actually is, despite the fact he had 5 days notice. It was shot by Otto Heller, who would later shoot Peeping Tom for Michael Powell. It stars Anton Walbrook, and if you're an Anton Walbrook fan, it's a must purchase because his performance is absolutely amazing. It rivals his best work in Archer's productions. So it's from a short story by Alexander Pushkin, Russian writer. It's based on a 19th century folk tale about the Queen of Spades and the superstition involving that card, and the idea that there's 3 magic cards that you can always win at. So it's set in this backdrop of a club where these Russian officers go to play cards, this game of Faro, which is essentially an elaborate version of Snap, bizarrely, where one person picks a card out of the deck, the other person has another deck of cards, and he puts in one pile, I win with this hand, with this card, you win with this card, until the card comes up and somebody wins, somebody loses. So at the start of the film, Anton Walbrook, who is a captain in the Engineers, which is looked down upon, it's not like a proper regiment or whatever, so he's kind of fairly low in the totem pole. He doesn't play the game, he just watches, which some of the other officers find a bit irritating, the fact he doesn't actually join in, he never plays, because he's saving his money. He's a bit of a spendthrift. But he happens to stumble across a book which is about witchcraft and is about the tales of, again, these 3 magic cards that you can never lose at, and he gets it into his head that there's this old countess who lives nearby, that she might actually be the one that the story is written about, so she might have the secret of the 3 magic numbers. So he then tries to inveigle his way into the house by pretending to fall in love with one of her I don't think she's actually a maid, one of her house staff. I think she is actually a relation. But there's another army officer who is in proper love with her. And it's about him inveigling his way in, using her to actually get access to the Countess to try and get this secret. So that's kind of the basic setup. It's 95 minutes long. I would argue it's probably 10 minutes too long. If it was 10 minutes shorter, it might be into the masterpiece perfect film realm. It kind of takes a little bit too long to get to where it's going, and the kind of romantic subplot stuff could probably done with a little bit of thinning, but that's just my own personal preference. And the scenes without Walbrook, as you might expect, aren't quite as strong. The cinematography is just stunning. Again, it's that Orson Welles influence of, you see ceilings, because obviously before Citizen Kane, you never saw a ceiling in a film. Some good ceilings. So there's a lot of ornate furniture in the Contessa's house. There's lots of Baroque architecture. There's lots of secret passages, and it just looks stunning. The compositions that Dickinson chooses are just beautiful, and the Blu-ray, it really pops the photography. But spoiler alert, when Anton Walhberg, who's Anton Walhberg? He's Mark Wahlberg's much more talented brother. Anton Walbrook, when he gets the secret of the 3 numbers, his performance just, he takes it to another level, because he obviously has that wonderful feverish megalomania that we see, in the Red Shoes, but this he kicks it up to 11, and he's just absolutely phenomenal. He's just like Mr. Magneto when he's on the screen. Your eyes are just drawn to him, and like I said, when he's not on the screen, it's just not the same film. It still looks gorgeous and stuff, but it's just not as interesting as when Walbrook's on the screen. When he gets the magic numbers or the magic cards, and he knows which 3 numbers is going to give him untold riches. There's a brilliant speech he does in the way he's lit from underneath. He just goes full megalomania. He talks about how everybody will crawl to him once he's rich, and of course it's about class, and he will actually be somebody when he's ridiculously rich, and people will crawl to him, and he'll let them crawl to him, but then he'll crush them. It's just such a great speech. And Walhberg, like I said, I keep saying Walbrook, just takes it to 11, and he's just amazing. The final card game where he's going to get all his riches is beautifully shot, beautifully done, really suspenseful. I mean, we know this is a moral tale, so no doubt he's going to get his comeuppance, but it's just beautifully done, and yeah, it's an amazing film, on a par with Gaslight. I think it might actually be a bit better than Gaslight. Like I say, if you're Anton Walhberg, again with a Walhberg, my God, it's a disease. And if you're an Anton Walbrook fan, not an Anton Walhberg fan, if you're an Anton Walbrook fan, it's a stunning film, stunning performance. Yeah, I would rush out and buy it. It's one of Kino Lorber's best releases as far as what you actually get with the film and the print of the film as well. Yeah, Anton Walbrook is amazing in it. The film looks amazing, and there's a lot of cool moments, amazing shots. You'll have a blast with it, even if it's perhaps a shade too long. So thanks very much for watching this random review of the Queen of Spades. I apologise for dirtying it with the word Walhberg so many times. I've just done it again. And hopefully we'll see you again for more random reviews. This is Solitude Ronin from Solitude Ronin Films, saying farewell.